game. So we were there in Indy, got a ton to break down, man, but just a incredible day for me and my son, my nephew, my dad, my brother. It was awesome, man. And yeah, the best part about football is the people you watch it with and the people you talk crap to, which is you, Rose.
And while I was texting you the entire game, we had the thread lit the entire game.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to get there. We're going to probably start there in Indianapolis. But Darcy, what's good, bro?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. A different location.
Cap.
Bro, you're 0-2.
No. I feel personally very good about career things going on.
Okay, good.
I'll be on the air tonight in Kansas City. And hopefully, when the Chiefs and Raiders play, Graph's going to come on down to Kansas City. We're going to have a radio show. And all you Raiders fans can call into the show and talk your minds on air. But we kind of got to be careful with that. But no, I'm doing well. Got a radio show tonight, 9 to 10 on Sports Radio 810 WHB in Kansas City. And kind of at a different location right now. I'm at my buddy's house, so probably will never be back streaming in this location, but I'm excited.
Can we, if we download like iHeart, can we find that on there or what?
You should be able to find it. It should be online.
Okay.
It'll be like live stream, like video stream. So I'll put it on Twitter.
Dude, that's sick. Okay, I'll definitely watch it.
And I am booked. I'm coming to Kansas City. So I will be there.
Dude, if we didn't play you on Christmas night, I would come too, but there's no way I'm going to be like, hey, see a family, I'm going to do a radio show in Kansas City.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Type shit. Like, yeah. No, but you know what? Definitely that's going to be a fun week. Let's start there with Ben.
Yeah.
Denver, man, you guys had a close game with an interesting team, Ben. Like, the Colts look for real. They went out there and blew out the really bad Miami Dolphins week 1. And back-to-back home games for them, which they're lucky. Daniel Jones and company. Denver goes on the road, and you guys lose on a last-second field goal. First and foremost, I got to ask you this. What happened to the defense? Because I've been preaching that they're the number 1 defense in football. I have praised them all the last 2 weeks and all offseason, about Denver having this phenomenal defensive unit out there. And they allow the Colts to go out there and almost put up a 30-burger.
Yeah.
I mean, what happened with the defense? Before we get to the specifics, we're going to talk about Bo Nix and that great game that he was having up into that nasty interception. But I want to talk, what happened with the defense?
Yeah. Tyler Warren happened to it. Jonathan Taylor happened to it. The struggle with this defense is that we need Trey Greenlaw to be healthy, and y'all told me as soon as it happened, as soon as we got him, you're like, well, he's good if he's healthy, and he has yet to suit up for us. And so without that, Alex Singleton, who's coming back off of that knee injury last year, he broke his thumb in training camp. Then he re-broke it again in the game against the Titans. So he's playing with one hand. He could not tackle Jonathan Taylor. He could not tackle Tyler Warren. And Graphk, when you played us, I told you that Brock Bowers terrified me because the Broncos have never been able to stop a tight end. Definitely can't do it with like a second string inside linebacker and a guy with one arm. So it was all that.
Is not a tight end. I mean, he is like,
they lined him up everywhere, dude. They had their 4th down draw. Like, he was everywhere, man. Like, he looked phenomenal.
You guys know who his NFL comparison is coming into the NFL?
Brock Bowers. Yeah.
Bowers. So
I still like, he's got to do it for a whole season like Brock did before I give him that. But
he only had 4 catches, but he did have 79 yards. He averaged 19.8 a clip. A 41 yard long, which was a great reception from him. Targeted 7 times. They kind of threw the ball over the place, though, man. Look, I get the Tyler Warren thing, but Alec Pierce, the former Cincinnati guy, he went out there 4 catches, 68 yards, averaged 17 a clip. Josh Downs, 6 for 51. Jonathan Taylor caught 2 for 50, let alone ran the football 25 times, had 165 yards on the ground, which he did have a long of 68. Broke off
and the crazy stat to me was at halftime, the Daniel Dimes had put up more passing yards on this Broncos defense than 10 teams did all game last season. So it was Pat Surtain did get an ankle injury, went back in. He had allowed 7 catches and like, you almost expect him to only allow 7 in a whole season. But he fell on his sword and said, hey, that was on me. But it all started with that offensive line. We could not get pressure. Blitz 4, and it didn't matter. Like, we could not. We had 1 sack after having 6 last week. So I'm telling you guys, the Colts are going to win that division. Like, and that is a crazy place. Like one of the coolest environments I've ever been in. Like I couldn't even hear the people around me, and there was a ton of Broncos fans there. So really cool environment, and that is going to be a playoff team for sure.
I've been there twice already for the combine.
You're going this year, right?
I'll be there in 3 weeks for the Raiders Colts, and I'm very, very afraid of that game because if this is the Colts team that we're going to see moving forward, they look very, very they look like a formidable opponent. I mean, look at Daniel Jones, man, 23 for 34. Just get him out of New York. Get him out of New York. I know he went to Minnesota and all that, but just they named the right quarterback one, you guys.
Yeah.
He had to throw the ball 34 times, and usually Daniel Jones has to run the ball a ton. He only ran the ball 6 times. He only had 2 yards on the ground, but he had a touchdown. But, I mean, no picks. He's kind of cleaned that up the first 2 weeks. He had 316 yards in the year. And once again, like you said, he was only sacked once, had a QBR of 78. Daniel Jones, man, is looking really, really good early on. Now, can that change? Yes. It's still very early in this. I'm seeing everybody. I know you guys see this. Chiefs fans, Broncos fans, Raiders fans, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you watch, social media, people are already freaking out after 2 weeks. It's kind of crazy to me. It's kind of crazy to me because that Denver defense is not going to look like that on a constant basis.
No, and I kind of like going. We got Chargers next week, and they are furious, man. Like and we know the last time they lost on a last-second thing was after it's blocked that Darcy loves to say. Bo Nix rattled 4 straight off, went Atlanta team fighting for the playoffs. Before Atlanta crumbled, we made him crumble. Bo Nix threw for 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Like we'll come back from this. Like Sean's shown it time and time again.
I saw something that you guys obviously lost to us on a blocked field goal last year, but the reason that you guys lost this game is because you tried to block the field goal and you moved them up and made the kick easier.
Well, bro, I love that Ben put that video out and then Sean Payton said they made the right call.
Well, okay, so there's a lot to that, bro. There's a lot to that, okay? So here's the deal. First off,
let's go, Ben.
Coolest experience of my life. I hit up a couple people, and me, my son, and my nephew got to go down field level for warm-up. So we're there, like, as close from me to my computer screen to those dudes. It was awesome. So then game's over, or I mean, pre-game warm-ups are over. They like usher you through the bowels of the stadium to get back up to your seats. We're waiting for an elevator, and my son had just put neck tattoos on. We looked awful, and we just driven 4 hours. We looked horrible, and this 3 security guards come up behind us, and they're like, we got to clear this elevator. Ownership is coming through. So I look behind me, and freaking Carrie Walton, the owner of Walmart, is behind me, like looking like a presidential candidate, surrounded by bodyguards. There's my son with his neck tattoos, and she's just so buttoned up, and I'm sure she thought we were Raiders fans with those neck tattoos. But she like talks to my son. Is like, where'd you guys come from? It was incredible. But that
you see how we changed.
No. But I'm looping this back around right here. Okay. So
bring it back.
You have the richest owner in sports, who's the ultimate politician. She does not want to get in a pissing match with Roger Goodell. So Sean Payton already is in the crosshairs, has already been suspended. And so Sean Payton's not going to come out there when you have the richest owner in sports, who is like a class above, and take it down. And so he just fell on a sword and was like, that was the right call. That has never been called in NFL history on a field goal. If you watch the video, I have like split screen of the exact field goal that we missed. And the Colts did the same thing. You could call that penalty on every field goal block in the NFL history. It's never been called. It's been called on 50-something PATs, but that was a bogus call. Sean Payton only said that to save ownership's face.
Real quick, Ben, for the chat and for those who don't know about this rule, break it down. So your player used the leverage, right, to get over the line to try and
you can't leapfrog somebody or like a palma horse or anything like that. You can't use a player to give yourself like push up on them so that you go higher. But we're talking a 300-pound. This isn't a guy who is trying to, and it's stupid, bro. Like there's leverage on every tush push. It's absolutely bogus. And I'm telling you,
you're not gonna hear me crying about. That's why we lost. You're not gonna hear me say that.
Well, but
I'm starting to realize
why we lost.
Every Philadelphia Eagles offensive lineman is offsides every single time they do it.
Totally.
Oh yeah,
but
and they jump early.
But that is why we lost. Like you look at the score ticker,
I mean, your
and
defense
it moved.
Giving up 30 doesn't help you.
It moved the Denver Broncos
no
to
turnovers, man. None.
And there was every Colts fan around me was apologizing, and like we figured that was holding. No, that was bogus. Sean Payton is not okay with it. I'm telling you, he just doesn't want to drag his owner down in the mud and like get in a pissing match with Roger Goodell.
I hear
Wow.
you.
The mental gymnastics,
bro, but it's a fact.
What? So we could have this same conversation about the tush push. We lost, bro. We lost.
Yeah.
We weren't the better team. Your defense got shredded by Danny Dimes, and you gotta
Talk, Darcy, talk.
You got beat by Danny. And listen, I think the Colts are a good team. I actually picked them to beat the Chiefs before the season started. We've got issues beating the Colts. They beat us like the last couple times.
I think he did. I think you actually did.
This is not a game that I'm like looking forward to. You got beat, and that's what happened. And when I saw you put out videos like the Broncos got screwed by the NFL. I'm like, dude, like you're crying about a week 2 game? It's week 2.
Bro, you would be like imagine being there, bro, with your son crying. Dude, with you miss about? And you hear the loudspeaker announcement being like the Colts have lost 0 time, like players are celebrating. I'm hugging. I'm like yelling. I'm like Kirk Cousins. You like that to all these Colts fans, and then they're like, "Look, flag," and I'm like, "No, it was awful, dude. Ben, we won and we lost."
One of the big reasons the Chiefs lost the game, outside of their own idiotic mistakes, is because the Eagles' offensive line was jumping early and were offsides. They scored a touchdown. They iced the game on a first down, but that's not why we lost. You guys didn't lose because that call got called.
It's a little different, bro.
Because Danny Dimes went for 30 on your defense.
Well, Darcy, also, Philly's offensive line chose to take the Juwan Taylor route, which would just say, let's just jump every single snap. You know what I mean? So they did exactly what you guys usually do. And
Juwan Taylor is the most penalized tackle in football. So if we're going to call that, we should call the other one as well. Hey, you're going to hear me. I'm all about consistency. I think it should be called across the board. But it's funny that the team, like you guys were crying refs last year for the Chiefs. I'm not crying refs this year.
Well, finally the refs are realizing that.
Also, I'm not saying you, Graphk. Ben crying.
Yeah,
about the refs.
Absolutely. I did. And so whatever. But you realize it is a little different when literally the game's over and the loudspeaker announcer says that the ticker on the bottom of CBS says 2-0 Broncos. You realize that's a little different than like the Broncos did win that game.
The thing that makes it worse, Ben, is he missed the first field goal.
Exactly. So 60-yarder. He'd never taken anything over 48
by a wide margin.
It wasn't a Darce. It has never been called.
It was a penalty. You just didn't like that it got enforced. This is where the difference is.
I like it.
It was a penalty. You
call it every time or never call it. That's what I'm saying. Every time or never call it.
League offsides on the tush push.
They should have called, right? I mean,
they should have called it.
Real quick, we can say this, right? That definitely changed. Well, it was the outcome of the game, right? But defensively, you guys did not show up like you have recently.
Shredded.
0 turnovers, 1 sack. That's not going to get it done because this team is definitely reliant on that defense. But offensively, you guys put up 28 points. Bo Nix was very efficient, 22 for 30. He had 3 touchdowns. He threw a nasty pick there at the end of the game. But the O-line held up. He wasn't sacked once. I mean, he averaged over 6.9 a clip. He didn't have a crazy amount of, throwing. He had, 206 yards in the air. But Bo Nix showed up. If that Bo Nix shows up every week with the way that defense can perform, this can be a winning football team, a team that can make a run. But it felt like the defense just said, we don't care about Bo Nix's performance. We're going to come out and just shit the bed, and we're going to lose this game for us because you cannot allow the Colts to put up 29 with that defense that you have. It is what it is, man.
And I agree with that. And I think my orange and blue glasses are, if we have the defensive performance that we saw last week and saw for the bulk of last season, and we see there is no sophomore slump for Bo Nix.
He didn't look good in the first game.
Well, right. But I like what I told you. The Tennessee Titans had the second best passing defense in the NFL last season,
and you would have lost without Snead. If they could have put up points.
Well, but you're just going to see Bo Nix is going to ball out of control. We're going to beat the Chargers, and we're going to be at the top of the AFC West the next time I talk to you.
You're losing this week.
No, let me say this real quick, though, and we'll get there here in a second for sure, because I definitely want to talk about the Chargers again. But a few bright spots. Definitely, Bo had a really good game outside of that nasty turnover. J.K. Dobbins, 14 carries, 76 yards on the ground, had a touchdown. He looks really good. He does this year in and year out. If he can stay healthy, J.K. Dobbins can be a weapon for you guys, but I'm still trying to figure out why you guys are not getting RJ Harvey going, and once again, I'm a Raider fan, so I can't really. Ashton Genty, we're going to have that conversation here in a second as well, but I would like to see Harvey have more than 5 carries in the game. But the good thing, Ben, is Troy Franklin is coming alive now.
Told you guys.
I'm finally, because I've always talked about these Oregon wide receivers. They get into the NFL and they just do not show up. And he has been really, really good for you guys these past 2 weeks. 8 catches on 9 targets, 89 yards. He had a touchdown, a long of 42. And then you got Marvin Mims Jr. also showed up. He's not only a special teams all-pro. This guy had 2 catches, 24. He had a touchdown. There wasn't a ton going on in the receiving game, but Troy Franklin had a game.
Yeah. So yeah, and he stood out in the preseason and training camp, and Bo Nix today said he's happy to finally see the player that he knew he was going to turn into. And yeah, some receivers hit the NFL and Puka Nacua it, and a lot of them take some time to learn the system. And it's crazy. Troy Franklin was like a healthy scratch for those first 3 games last year, so he's coming on. I feel good about that, and I agree. We need to get RJ the ball. I think Sean's slow with getting it to rookie dudes, and he's kind of been burned by that.
He does the same shit that Andy Reid does, and he just doesn't want to run the ball. I mean, and you're going to hear me go off on that. Can we talk about Chiefs Eagles?
Yeah. Oh, no. We're going to get there real quick. I want to ask Ben before let's get the supers in, and then we're going to get to the Chiefs game. But 3 reasons why you guys lost, Ben.
Yeah, I'd say inside linebacker, special teams, because it wasn't just that horrible thing. Will Lutz missed a 49-yarder where leverage happened as well. And then that interception from Bo Nix was definitely a tipped ball there, but we were in field goal range again. And so he just needs to, like we needed 3 yards. So run for it with your legs, or just even, I don't know. Yeah. Like I want Bo Nix to be aggressive, so I'm not going to blame it on him, but inside linebacker, special teams, and
he had a good
pass
game.
rush.
If the defense was wasn't non-existent, you guys could have won. You guys could have actually ran away with this game.
Yeah.
Salute to Accelerator, man. The snaps were terrible all night. I'm assuming he's talking about Geno and Jordan Meredith. We're going to get there here in a second, because definitely that offensive line was nasty Monday night. Salute to Pace. I knew the Chargers were good, but not that good. Finally, the hype isn't BS. Well, let me say this, Pace. They look for real, but it's 2 weeks in.
2 weeks.
And we know the Chargers.
Khalil Mack broke his elbow.
Well, no, he's going to be out for maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
I think he just got put on 4-week IR.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay, well, he'll be back. He'll be back, which is a good thing for them. And, I'm a Khalil Mack guy. I don't care what anybody says. Once a Raider, always a Raider. People can say he wanted to be traded. No, he did not. He wanted to remain there, but he wanted to be paid. The only, at the time, all-pro guy that was an all-pro at 2 different positions. So Gruden not paying him was organizational malpractice. So once a Raider, always a Raider. And I love that he throws, and he reminds us, Darcy, he goes up and throws the O up when he gets sacks on the Raiders. I love it because he's an Oakland Raider. So, but they look real. They look for real right now. But once again, it's only week 2. These injuries always pile up for the Chargers, and then shit happens. Salute to my guy 2-4. Darcy, hey, Graphk. The Raiders lost. Graphk responds. It's only 1 game. 0-2, Darcy. You are what your record says.
Listen, I've been very critical of the team, but we'll get into it.
Ray Glide, Bo Nix, and Sean Payton, trouble in paradise. I hope so. Raiders. Ray Glide, you're the worst. Get out of here.
Well, let me say this, Ray Glide. I have to those relationships between QB1s and head coaches are always like that. They're always like, I've seen Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid get into it. I mean, Geno, his head coach literally held his hand and he tried to get him out of his home because that was a nasty performance from Geno. But I mean, this is what football is. Anybody that's played football can you'll see that the quarterback one and the head coach, that relationship is different than every other relationship on the football field. There's going to be some great, there's going to be some good, there's going to be some bad, there's going to be some ugly. So, with Sean Payton and them going back and forth, that's just what it is. It's football. And at the end of the day, they're not going to always agree on everything. Bo may see something and Sean Payton sees something else. They're going to have a disagreement. It is what it is. They get back on the same page and they go out there and they try to win football games. So I'm not looking too much into that, Ben. I mean, is Broncos country out there tripping out?
No, and they asked him today at his press conference like an hour ago, and Sean said he saw it on Twitter too, and was just saying that it wasn't how it seemed, and it was actually after one of our touchdown drives, and they were both pumped up about something, and Yeah, so I don't think it. Last year, he and Bo definitely got in a fight on the sidelines, and it doesn't seem like that's what this was. But
No.
yeah.
All right, man. Let's get to.
Speaking of trouble in paradise, let's hear about the crumbling Chiefs.
Can I just go off?
You take the floor, brother. This is
Cook.
your show. We're just living in it.
Okay.
0-2. Let me tee up. The Chiefs dynasty is over. Chiefs are 0-2. Michael Darcy, host of the 8 o'clock drive hour, is about to weigh in. Darcy.
And the funny thing is, after this next week, we will all be 1-2. And so we're right back where we started from. But that's neither here nor there. Listen, the Chiefs lost to the Eagles. I actually thought that was a significantly better loss than the Chargers. I'm coming out of this game feeling a lot more optimistic because that first week, they just didn't play well. Like, the defense looked bad. The offense looked like they struggled. The Chiefs still have a championship caliber defense, and they haven't been able to force any pressure. If they don't blitz, they're not getting home. And so the fact that we saw them tighten up on defense against one of the best offenses in the NFL, that's a good sign. You held them to 20 points and 206. Here's a fun stat for you guys. The Chiefs held the Eagles to 216 yards of total offense.
Yep.
The last time they did that and lost, and the only time since 2009, was to your Raiders on Christmas Day. That was the only other time the Chiefs defense gave up.
Aiden O'Connell have like 60 yards in the air.
I don't even want to talk about that game. It's so far out of my mind. But
I remember.
Anyway, so the Chiefs lost a heartbreaker at home, a game that they quite frankly played better than the Eagles. Like, I thought that obviously the biggest play in the game was the dropped pass at the goal line, Travis Kelce.
Wow.
That was a 14-point swing.
Easy.
That was the game.
Yeah.
And so, I'm frustrated. I'm disappointed. Obviously, starting 0-2 is not ideal.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the way that I've thought about this, just realistically speaking, the Chiefs last year went 15-2. Mm-hmm. A lot of those one-score games went in their favor, when realistically they shouldn't. We shouldn't have beaten the Broncos on the blocked field goal. We shouldn't have probably beat, like, you guys probably would have beat us at home if your center could snap the ball. So, like, and we beat the Chargers.
We're still doing this shit, Darcy. We're still doing this.
We beat the Chargers on a doink field goal. Well, I'm going to make a point. The Chiefs won a lot of games last year by a very thin margin. And quite frankly, you're always going to kind of come back to the middle. You're going to kind of even each other out a little bit. I think the Chiefs are kind of just evening out a little bit. I think that, before the season started, I thought they were going to go 12-5, maybe 13-4 kind of thing. I thought they were going to lose a couple more games. I still feel like, once you get your number one option back in Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy comes back, which both Worthy and Jalen Royals, who hadn't practiced at all this season, both were back at practice today. Yeah. So your offense is gradually getting healthier. And yeah, the Chiefs lost, and they didn't look good offensively. I think the biggest takeaway, your quarterback looks legit, man. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is a fucking beast. Like, he is playing like an MVP. He just hasn't had guys around him step up. And I think that, once you get your receivers back into the fold, the offense should get better. I will say this.
Let me say this real quick. Statistically, passing the football, you look at it right on paper and it doesn't look great, but a lot of that goes back to your receivers. Mm-hmm. Like, he was 16 for 29. He had to throw the ball a lot because, once again, the ground game wasn't rolling unless.
Wait, I was going to talk about that.
Unless Patrick Mahomes is running the football, right? I mean, he led you guys again in rushing yards, 66 yards on 7 carries. Outside of that, Pacheco had 10 carries for.
Pacheco's dog shit. I'll tell you right now, Pacheco's dog shit. The running game.
I watched the video too, and I loved it.
The running game, and I even got a new stat on that. Did you know that Pacheco hasn't gone up against a defense with a full box? It's all been light boxes.
Yeah, it's too high safety.
Not been able to do anything. So the Chiefs' running game is.
So there's no respect for him at all. None.
And they shouldn't, because he's done nothing. He's slow. His vision is dog shit. It just doesn't make any sense. But I am worried about the Chiefs' running game, and I'm also worried about the Chiefs' pass rush. Yeah. A lot of guys just haven't shown up. But I think outside of that, I think the Chiefs are going to be okay. And I know that might sound very contradictory saying that when you're 0-2, but I think it's going to even itself out a little bit. And I think I told you guys before the season even started, I expected them to maybe regress in the wins losses, because winning 15 games is hard. A lot of stuff has to go your way. But even if they regress a little bit on wins, they're still going to be maybe better overall and more balanced than they were last year.
Darcy, the two things you said just don't line up. Like, all the stuff
Sure
that
they
you
do.
suck at, but we're okay. And I was just like trying hard not to laugh when you were talking, because your whole thing about we won a lot of 1-score games. That's exactly what Graphk and I said to you when we did the preseason preview. And you're like, no, we're still going to win the AFC West.
I
There's not a chance.
I still believe we're going to
You
win the AFC
still
West
think you're going to win? Dude, you're not going to make the playoffs. Only 11% of teams who go 0-2 make the playoffs, bro. Like, you very well, because Houston's 0-2, because Burrow's out, you still very well could make the playoffs, but there's no chance in the world that the Kansas City Chiefs make the playoffs with all the things that you just said at the start of your sentence. Like,
you know what?
You don't say we don't have a running game. We don't have a pass rush.
You don't have a running game either.
What? Yeah, actually we do. Go look at it. J.K. Dobbins is a top 5 running.
Stay healthy for 17 games?
Yeah, because Sean Payton's
is a stupid bet.
Well,
that is a dumb bet.
Well, we have a running game right now. We have the best running back in the division
2.
last season, and right now he's currently the best running back in our division. So, like,
statistically,
from a statistical standpoint,
you want to make that definitive bet in week 3?
No.
I don't.
So you think your running game is going to end up being better than the Broncos? I'll make that bet right now, and I'll sleep
Raiders is
easy at
definitely
night.
going to be better than yours. The Chargers will be too.
No,
your coach is going to abandon the run like ours. We're in this together, buddy. Both our coaches don't like to run the football.
Well, bro,
whoa,
Graphk, you're with me.
I think we're all together on this one because Ashton Jeanty had 11 carries Monday night, which is nasty. You don't take him at 6 to run him 11 times.
I'm still confident he's going to be the best in the division, though.
Oh, no. I agree with you. And he's a rookie. It takes time, and the O-line has looked really bad.
Did you see the stat I texted you guys? Like, he also is the one getting hit in the back. Like, yeah,
yes.
It's not on him.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot that goes into that situation. But, I mean, the one take that I have with this is when you look at the stat sheet, it looks like KC, without the score, it looks like they may have won this game. I mean, Jalen Hurts.
They did.
He only had 101 yards in the air, no touchdowns, 0 picks. I mean, Saquon, they kept him really modest, to his standard, right? 22 carries, 88 yards. They only had 122 yards on the ground between Barkley, A.J. Dillon, and Jalen Hurts only had 15 yards on the ground, which is great because he usually is very effective with his legs. You look at the passing game, man. I mean, Devontae Smith led them in receptions, 4 for 53. Outside of that, A.J. Brown, 5 for 27. Saquon, 2 for 6. I mean, Jahan Dotson, 1 for 4. This was a nasty game offensively.
And really quickly, if you look, Devontae Smith had 1 catch where Trent McDuffie kind of got turned around. It was for like 30 yards. So you can't take that out of it, but it kind of just shows you how dominant the Chiefs defense was.
Well, I got to ask you this then. What went wrong? Because I know you guys couldn't run the football outside of Mahomes with the 66 yards. He also had a touchdown on the ground. Mm-hmm. But Travis Kelce led you guys in receiving yards. He didn't have any touchdowns. He had 4 catches for 61 yards. But that goal line situation, like what the hell happened? And honestly, also, I'm going to bring up Hollywood Brown because he needs to step up right now with that wide receiver group so thin out, with Rice and Worthy out. He only had 5 catches for 30 yards. But Kelce, what the hell happened there? And then this is the thing that kills me, Darcy, because this is why I hate your guys' fan base. Love you, brother, but I can't stand you motherfuckers. Because this dude, first and foremost, you guys all wore free white shirts.
So dumb.
So
dumb.
People were affected in that wreck.
And people in Kansas City media have been like, this dude's fucking stupid. Like that.
What happened? Like, you guys, they're wearing free rice shirts. And then Kelce looks at everybody but himself with that drop. Mahomes put it right on the money perfectly. He bobbles it, gets picked off by the rook out of Texas. Game changes. Mm-hmm. But what's going on with Travis Kelce? I feel like at this point, he's just like a
mascot,
bro. Kind of like I'm on my way out.
No, he's no Evan Ingram. I think that's the issue. But
I mean, Evan Ingram.
I mean, I think
not everybody, Darcy, can go out there and have a 1 catch for 12-yard performance.
You know what's crazy? Even though Kelce sold the game, he's still been better this season than Evan Ingram. So I think small wins.
I mean,
very small wins.
We're gonna see how that ages when he's healthy. And also, I kind of like the fact that we're paying him like a 10th of what Kelce is, and that's really the problem. Is you're overpaying all these old dudes, man. It catches up to you.
The books next year, so we can have this conversation. We can have this conversation again next year when Jawan Taylor's gone, Travis Kelce's gone. That's going to free up a lot of cap space. But to kind of summarize where things went wrong, I think they can't run the football. You saw Mahomes basically playing hero ball. And
all game long.
The thing that bothers
2
me
weeks
is they won't run a quarterback sneak because he got hurt in Denver. But if he is on the run and he lowers his shoulder into a dude, it's like, oh, look at Mahomes. Like, just run the quarterback sneak. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird what the coaching staff will let him do and not let him do. But, I mean, the offensive line, I actually thought the offensive line pass blocking wasn't horrible. But Trey Smith and Creed Humphrey weren't good in the running game. Yeah. But I also think Pacheco doesn't really help with that because he's just not a very good running back. I think that injury really kind of took it out of him. I think your 2 top wide receivers being out definitely had something to do with it. But I think if Kelsey catches that ball, the Chiefs win the game. And so we're not even talking about that. So I think it's easier for me to feel more optimistic because Kelsey's done this for years. There's been games against the Bills, the Bengals in the regular season where Kelsey's fumbled the football or made a costly mistake. And you want to freak out, but you're having these mistakes in week 2. As long as you continue to trend upward and look better, because they look better from week 2 than they did in week 1, I think that's where Chiefs fans are optimistic going forward.
Well, the problem was it was swapped. It was the defense showed signs of life, and then the offense.
Well, the offense was bad in week 1 too.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Well, you're right. But I just like Kelsey, and was this week 2 as well, where he was on the sideline saying, "I'm tired of this shit." Was it game 2?
That was this week.
So what was it?
I
think the "I'm tired of this shit" was relating to him having to run the football because our backs can't do it.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, man. What do you think about this game, Ben? I mean, 2017, this was the chance for the Chiefs to get their issue back on that Super Bowl loss. It was a very close game, home debut in Kansas City. I mean, either way, it was close, but you're the Chiefs. You got to find a way to win this football game at home. And especially looking at what Philadelphia did statistically, this was a very winnable game.
Yeah, man. I think it's what both of us called this offseason. It might not be the Broncos. It might not be the Raiders. It might be the Chargers. But the Chiefs will not win the AFC West looking like this. And I just don't see – though. I mean, maybe Rice comes back and revitalizes this. But, yeah, I'm not scared of that defense. And Mahomes can't win. It's like what Giselle said when Tom Brady lost that Super Bowl. My husband can't throw and catch the ball. And that's what you're asking Patrick Mahomes to do. And I don't see that changing.
Yeah. And you know what? We all have to – the good thing is we don't have a Chargers guy right now, which was phenomenal.
We need to find one.
We definitely need to get one. But I have to say this. We were all 3 wrong. Right before week 1, we did a show 3 weeks ago. And we talked about the Chargers being overrated. We went over their roster. I'm going to be the first one of the people to say this, man. I was wrong. Like, once again, it's only week 2, but this team looks very well balanced. Defensively, Henley is a stud. Zero is a dog. I mean, he went out there, had the flu game. He was questionable. He wasn't even supposed to play yesterday. They put some IVs in him. Next thing you know, sack on Geno, a pick on the first play of the game. The Chargers, I got to keep it a buck here, you guys. As much as we hate them, I got to give them their flowers, man. Well coached. Jesse Minter is a phenomenal defensive coordinator, has all those guys rolling and bought in to what they're doing. Do you want to just get over there? Are we done with the Chiefs?
Yeah. Let's go to that.
I mean, really quick, I feel like that's been the Chargers thing, though. They always peak too early.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah.
But I want to Graph. So it's on so freaking late here that I woke up, didn't look at the score, and watched the YouTube review of it. And
I watched it all.
The thing I was shocked by is I thought your defense looked very good, and I would have guessed a blowout, like a 40-32. But your defense looked great. But then tell us what happened, man.
Well, the second half, they held them to 3 points. We did the same thing in week 1 against New England. The defense showed up, held them to 3 points in the second half. We found a way to win the game. I'm going to be honest. And real quick, salute to my guy, 2-4, man. Appreciate you on the 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Salute to all the new members in the building because of one of our my fathers, 2-4. But I have to say this. The thing is this. You start off slow. You throw a pick. You already give them a free 3 points. We come back down. We put up 3. We even it up. Geno just had a really, really bad game. I mean, 3 picks, 0 touchdowns. He threw in a double and triple coverage all night long. Genty has this great drive, where he's out there. I think his first carry, I forgot how many yards he had. It was like 11.
That spin move on that safety?
That came later.
Oh,
that's when he got it in the flats. That was a reception. But his first carry, he had like a 13-yard carry. I don't know what Chip Kelly's doing, because then you don't see Genty. They put, Zamir White out there for a drive. He sucks all game long. He had 2 carries for -2 yards. Couldn't get him going at all. Then they put in Dylan Lobby, my guy. He's a spark plug, goes out there, has 2 great catches out of the backfield. Kind of a little spark plug offensively. But it all starts up front. The O-line struggled. Dylan Parham gave up 2 sacks, I think 6 pressures. Outside of Colton Miller and DJ Glaze, Colton Miller had pretty much a perfect game on the left side. DJ Glaze gave up 2 pressures, I believe, at right tackle. But the interior line was just bad. Alice Capel was terrible. Parham was even worse. Jordan Meredith had an issue snapping the football all game long. And once again, Geno only had 180 in the air, 3 picks, 0 touchdowns. He was running for his life. 3 sacks, lost 30 yards at a QBR at 19. It was just a tough day at the office for Geno Smith. I just felt like
didn't he throw it 50 times or something like that?
43 times. I had to throw because once again, we got away from the ground game.
Yeah.
We ran the football 19 times, and 5 of those were Geno.
But you were never that far out of it, man.
No, bro, we were in this game with 2 or 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
I think it's very obvious that the reason you guys abandoned the ground game is because your offensive line's dog shit. And
Well,
I think your head coach Pete Carroll probably saw that and was like, well, we're not gonna give it to Genty and get nowhere. We're gonna see if Geno can just kind of carry us a little bit.
I agree with you, Darcy. Once again, Genty had he got blown up in the backfield. There's a few blown assignments. Him and Mayer, he tripped over him in the backfield.
I saw that, yeah.
There's a few plays where you're like, damn, man, some rookie mistakes. But the thing is this, you took him at 6. Don't take him off the football field. Like, let him learn from his mistakes. The thing with Genty is, and you guys know this, you get him in open in space, and it's over. Like, hey, keep feeding him. If you can't get him going in the ground game, find him in the flats. Get him in the screen game. Find ways to get him the ball, because in space, he is damn near impossible to bring down. So Chip Kelly just called a nasty, nasty game. They got away from the ground game early, and then Geno was out there. I don't know what. He was 0 for 10 with throws over 10 yards after coming off a week where he was 9 plays over 20 yards throwing the football. Yeah. So, Geno was so reliant on the deep ball. And Pete Carroll said that in his presser. And I think he kind of threw a little subtle shot at Chip Kelly. Like, I don't know why we weren't kind of getting the, not dink and dunk, but just looking at the short intermediate pass game. Like, let's get Brock Bowers, in the middle of the football field. Let's get Jacoby some more reps. Michael Mayer. It was clear we couldn't get the deep ball going. They took that.
Is Brock still hurt a little, maybe, or something?
He was beat up. I mean, the knee, he had a brace on, he had a compression sleeve, but Brock is Brock. If you're going to put him out there, put him out there. I mean, they didn't go to him a lot, which was a big, let down on the offensive side of the ball. He's your best offensive player. They targeted him 8 times still. He had 5 catches, 38 yards. He had an average of 7.6 a clip. So he was still active, but he wasn't as effective as he usually is without that.
Very Kelsey-ish stat line right now.
Yeah, it's and you don't want that. Usually when you look at Brock and you see that, you just automatically assume we lost this game. Jacoby led us 6 catches, 68 yards. He was targeted 12 times, but we just could not get it going in the passing game. We could not get it going in the run game. The one blessing in disguise that we had was the defense. They kept us in that game. Max had a big turnover at the end of the game that got us right back in a situation where we could have potentially put up 7 and been right back in the game. Geno throws the ball away on 4th down. I don't know if you guys seen this play. Darcy, you did. He got sacked late in the game. Well, what's this late in the game? I forgot what it was. This is one thing on Parham. There was this delayed blitz that Henley had. And
oh my gosh.
Dog, he stepped back. Parham looked at him and then went to go help his teammates elsewhere, left his gap wide the hell open. Henley had a free shot at Geno. It was just a long, miserable night watching that offense. We couldn't get anything rolling. Geno throws the football away with the game on the line on 4th down. Throws out of bounds. Very Derek Carrish. That reminded me so much of DC. I'm like, what are we doing here? You have to at least throw the football and play to give your receivers a chance. I can live with a 4th turnover if at least you're trying to make something happen. Throwing the football away out of bounds to Zamir White. I don't know if he thought Zamir was still in the game, but it was just a miserable night offensively. But the defense, showed up, you guys. I mean, we had what? I think we had maybe, was it 2 sacks? And Jonah Lalu, our young defensive tackle, this guy is a former 7th round pick last year of the Colts. This dude is balling for us right now, man. He has 3 sacks in the first 2 weeks. He's like 3rd or 4th in the league right now in that category. Max was all over the place. They were doubling and tripling him and allowing our other guys to get freed up. But, the thing did you see this, Darcy? They kept dropping Max into coverage.
Yeah, I don't know. Why would you do that?
That play when we gave up that 60-yard touchdown to Quentin Johnston, Max dropped into coverage. He was literally covering Amarion Hampton in the flats.
That's just dumb.
What are we doing? Like and Pete says something along the lines of we're trying to give these guys the best looks, and there's never going to be a good look dropping Max into coverage. He's not. That's not who he is. He is a guy that gets after the quarterback. And the one time, well, not the one time, one of the times you drop him in coverage, you give up a 60-yard scamper, man, from Quentin Johnston. It was nasty work. It was just all around a nasty game offensively. And this is the thing. We seen what they can do last week, right? New England's not the Chargers, but Geno's going to be Geno. He's going to have these up and down weeks. That's always that's his track record. He'll go out there and look really great, 400 yards in a year, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks, and he'll have a game where he throws 3-4 picks and looks terrible. I'm just hoping we see more of week 1 Geno than week 2 Geno, but they have to start force feeding. I don't give a shit. The ball to Genty. And he said it today in his presser, you guys. He said, look, you don't take me at 6 to not give me the ball. He pretty much called those guys out. Like he really did. Looked around a little bit, looked a little nervous, but talk your shit, young man. You're supposed to be this generational running back. Hand him the rock, regardless of how bad this O-line. It's repetition at the running back position. You can't expect Derrick Henry to go out there and have 200 yards on the ground if he doesn't have the football 20 times. Like you have to feed Genty, man. So I think they got away from the ground game, and it definitely bit us in the ass because the Chargers were ready for that. That defense looked great, man. So I got to give credit to the Chargers, but I'm going to give credit to our defense. They've literally held both teams in week 1 and week 2 combined 6 points in the second half. So they've been one of the better defenses in football up to this point. I love it. But once again, the offense has to show up and show out. And they just didn't. So
did you see Henley's closing speed on Smith?
Yeah,
I was amazed that he was like chasing him down, and it was like, oh, he's already there. Like, yeah. I was like, that guy's a dog.
That is a guy that I wanted in that draft. I was so high on. That was like my number 1 rated linebacker in that class. I wanted him to be a Raider. When I seen him go to the Chargers, it was the Amarion Hampton effect, you guys. I'm like, Trey Harris as well. That was like my favorite wide receiver. I'm like, come on, you gotta be kidding me, bro.
Which I'll say this for all, like, I'm a realist. To all the Raiders fans that are watching this, you guys are freaking out about Genty and his lack of use.
I'm not.
Well, but there definitely are a lot.
Oh, no, for sure.
For all the people, like, look at Amarion Hampton. He hasn't been any better. Look at RJ Harvey. He's not been better than either of them.
Well, actually, that's not true. RJ Harvey has way more yards per carry than either. I mean, he's just not getting the ball.
Would you rather have RJ Harvey than either of those players right
now? So far, I won.
Okay. Harvey had 8 yards on the ground. Let's calm down a little bit.
You were picking the one play that he had a 50-yard run, which inflated all his other numbers.
He averaged 1.6 on the ground with 5 carries against the Colts.
This week.
Silence is so golden. Yeah. I love it. But
I'd take him over Amarion Hampton.
I think Genty will be fine. But I will say this: if you guys don't fix that offensive line, he's going to be Saquon Barkley for the Eagles. Yep. He's going to go somewhere else, and his career is going to be great.
Well, I don't think he's going to go anywhere else. This is the thing. The great thing about having him right there, right? You have the 5th-year option. There's so many things that you can do with that. But we'll get it going. Once again, JPJ, our starting right guard, was out. Brock was beat up. There was a lot of other moving parts. I'm not going to make any excuses up, you guys. The Chargers, look, the better team won. I have to keep it a buck. The better team won. But we had so many opportunities. The Chargers just kept, here, take the game.
Yeah, they tried Charger. They tried.
And the Raiders were like, no, just take it back. Like the Raiders didn't want this game. And it was clear. Under the bright lights, Monday Night Football. And I believe one of our beat writers says something along the lines of, Geno's energy was very weird and very off going into the game. Once again, I don't know what the hell was going on. I don't know if it was a personal issue, but Geno, that was just a miserable performance. Because what happened to this quarterback that historically plays great indoors? It looked reversed. It looked like he looked great in that rainy, nasty weather in New England, and now you're indoors at Allegiant Stadium playing in a star-studded Monday Night Football game, and you look like shit.
Yep.
Salute to George. What's good, fam? Sorry I got in late from celebrating number 60, man.
Happy birthday, big dog. That's awesome, man.
It's week 3, and we're not a complete package yet. All the 2-0 teams are having a breather right now. Yeah, because there's some sketchy 2-0 teams right now. The Cardinals.
Would you rather be the Chiefs or the Bengals?
100%, man.
Yeah. Look, they got Burrow out for what, 3 months?
Yeah. They're done.
So they're looking right now to trade for a quarterback. So look, man, it's very early. Last year we were at this same place, but it was flipped. We lose to Denver. We beat Baltimore on the road. We're 1-1. Everybody's back to being hyped up. And now it looks like we may face a Marcus Mariota-led Commanders week 3.
If they don't have Jaden, you're gonna win 100%.
Well, you know
that
what?
Team's very good.
Historically, we get killed by backup quarterbacks. So I'm gonna pump the brakes a little bit. We're traveling out east. Look, I've seen us lose to some really, really. I watched Tyson Bidget, whatever, whoop our ass in Chicago. I remember Baker went out there in 90 yards. Now Baker is Baker. You know what I mean? But back then, he was just trying to find a job. He was trying to find a roster spot with the Rams. 90 yards.
He was okay. I was like, was he with Carolina? No, he was with the Rams.
I remember that.
90 yards with
he carved us up too with the Rams.
2 minutes left in the game or something like that.
Yeah.
So, hey, man, once again, George, happy birthday, brother. Salute to you. Salute to 2-4. I enjoy how Ben clowns Darcy and he goes, kiddo. Salute 2-4. I love it too. You know what, though?
Too easy. He makes it way too easy.
Quiet as a little boy.
Salute to my guy, Charlie. If the Chargers defense handle Geno Smith, they'll have no problem having their way with PFF's worst graded quarterback. Ooh, so somebody on this panel right here, you know, like they praise PFF. Like this is their go-to.
No. I've been very clear all along. I only use PFF when it backs up what I already think. In this case, it is absolute bogus. So, Charlie, do you make content? Hop on the show and
wait. Is Bo Nix the worst quarterback in the division right now?
On PFF, but when you look at EPA and passer rating, he definitely is not. But
Geno threw 3
PFF
picks
right now he is.
in week 2. I don't care what nobody says. Like that's very difficult right now. And as a Raider fan,
quarterbacks right now.
Huh?
How would you rank the quarterbacks right now?
Right now, Herbert, Mahomes, Nix, Geno.
Okay,
that's exactly that.
That's
you
fair.
have to do that. But guess what? Things can change Sunday. It's so early. Geno's performance week 1, we were all like, oh wow, Geno.
Yeah,
he might have been the top dog in the division. You know, him and Herbert were right there neck and neck. But
I'm telling you, dude, I think the Chargers will come back down to earth a little bit. They're well coached, but they were well coached last year too. You know,
well, the thing is, if they can stay healthy defensively, and that offensive line looked phenomenal for them. Like Herbert definitely utilized his legs. We put a ton of pressure on him. But they held their own. Like even without, Rashawn Slater in that lineup, they look really good.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah, bro. Like
I cannot.
I got to give them their credit, man. Salute to Charlie.
I actually think they'll do well against Denver too. I don't know if it's scheme. I don't know if it's just getting the ball out quick or just moving quick, but like they handle pressure well.
Yeah, Charlie's still bombing right now. Riley Moss and Alex Singleton are going to be fooled. Then he says Control-Alt-Delete.
Dude, that actually is kind of sick.
And he's actually leading the league in sacks right now, 3.5, I believe, right?
I think somebody jumped him on that.
Him and Miles are tied.
Yeah, he's played good, man. But yeah, alt is hard, man. But then you got Cooper on the other side. We got pass rushers for days. At least I thought that after week 1. I think we got to bounce back because we only sacked him 1 time, and it was our backup inside linebacker. So
before we get to our preview, you guys, for Sunday, any final thoughts on these nasty? This was nasty. We all lost.
Is anyone coming out of their loss feeling like they got better or will be better?
I'm feeling better because our offense looks good, but then worse because our defense. So it's kind of a mixed bag.
And I'm swapped.
Yep.
Same thing.
Yeah. I feel, you guys know how I feel. I think my bigger concern out of week 1 is like, okay, is this defense just bad now? But once you saw them kind of, listen, with Mahomes and Reed, if they can't figure out the offense, they can't figure out the offense. But I'd rather that be the issue and not the other stuff.
I'm worried because I may be wrong. And chat, let me know how you feel about this. Offensively, I think we're good enough to win games offensively. And I don't think the defense coming into this season was good enough to win games for us. And Monday night, it looked like the defense was like, hey, we're giving you more opportunity after opportunity to give you guys. They 4 downs, got the Chargers off the football field. I believe Jermaine Pratt almost came down with a pick 6 too, which was nasty. You see that drop, Darcy, our linebacker? Oh my God, dog. That would have changed. Everything just went wrong for the Raiders. Everything went wrong. That was a walk-in, bro. He was going to take that to the crib.
Geno throwing into triple coverage in the end zone.
Triple.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And honestly, that should be like, hey, man, you're the veteran. Why are you doing that?
Yeah. But once again, our offense needs to get it together because this is an offensive team. You draft Genty at 6. You took Brock last year at 13. You just traded a 3rd-round pick for Geno Smith. Well, guess what? You're an offensive-minded team. And they need to get this shit together or we're not going to win a ton of games. So it just is what it is. Salute to my guy, Ridge, back in the building. Always good to see my brother, man. Salute to you. And once again, man, if you guys can in the chat, my brother Ridge just lost his father. You guys can, man, give him some prayer hands in the comment section. Ridge, we love you, bro. Much respect, man, and prayers going out to you and the family. Once again, I've said it a couple times on Instagram, but condolences, my brother. Real talk, man. Salute to my guy, Ridge. And we're one of the better teams in the league right now against the run. Accelerator, I think we're like maybe 4th or 5th, I believe. I'm talking about that tomorrow. I got a preview show with my guy, Rio, who covers the Commanders. I got a ton of notes already, but I believe we're one of the top teams right now against the run in football, which is great. Great. We
don't got Eckler anymore. So
hey, there you go. But they have a young kid in Merritt that's a dog. That Arizona.
Bill,
bro. Kill Bill, bro. I went and watched him at the Shrine Bowl. I covered it. He won MVP at that game.
Yeah, he's nice.
Yeah, he's nice, man. He's a stud. So, but yes, Accelerator, we definitely have been playing a run really, really well, man. Let me get these supers in real quick before we get to our predictions for next week. Our ceiling is higher than last year because we actually have weapons other than Ladd. And Ladd is hurt right now.
I agree with that.
He has like a bicep injury right now. Did you see that?
Dude, that's what I've always said about him. Like, you can't rely, but then they're right that I think they have the league leader in touchdowns, and then Keenan Allen hasn't looked old and washed up like I thought he would. So
can we talk about how the Chargers win 2 games and now the fan base is just out, just acting crazy?
You know what? I love it, man. There was a lot of shit talk.
There's a fan talking.
Okay.
I think it's one fan with like multiple accounts. I think they're all Charlie Sinclair on Twitter.
Yep,
you know
exactly.
But
it's like Kevin Durant's burner account, Kawhi Leonard's fake job. Yeah.
But guess what? Would we be on there talking shit if we beat the Chargers? Definitely.
Yeah.
So, Charlie, you guys talk your shit, man. You and all those AI bots, run your mouth on Twitter, do your thing. Big dub for you guys. But I'll say this: Ladd McConkey's a dog. But if that bicep injury keeps him out of this game, that's a big dub for that Broncos defense. I'm telling you that because Ladd is a stud, and Trey Harris is definitely coming. That's my guy, Trey Harris, Ole Miss. He's going to be a baller at some point. It's going to take some time to get adjusted to the speed of the NFL, but that is a dog. Salute to Charlie. Salute to my guy, Hug. Dizzle in the building, man. I'm grumpy from the loss. Took it out in the gym. Side note, F you, Darcy. Ben, NFL Mike, and Pit Viper Jake. F them all. Raiders need to step up. We are 1-1, and that Monday night was bad business. Prayers going out to Ridge. I love it.
Listen, I'm just gonna say, I said at the beginning of the stream, after this week, we're all gonna be 1-2. It's gonna be a 1-2 party.
That's not, because we're gonna win.
Okay.
Pappy says, Graphk had a great time in Vegas. Always a Charger fan, man. That's dope, bro. That's dope, man. Salute to you guys. Once again,
of course you had a good time in Vegas.
You know what's funny, man? The older I get, the more nicer I get. Like, I used to be like F everybody that's not a Raider fan. I don't know if it's just coming with age and just maturity, but I'm like, man, that's dope, Pappy. I hope you had a, before I would have been like,
get out of here.
Yeah. Keep an eye on these Charger fans, bro. We're going to catch them lacking behind one of these casinos or something. But I just, hey, man, salute to you. Enjoy the dub. Cool. Let's get to our preview, man. We're going to start with Ben here. You guys have the Chargers.
Yeah,
How
man.
are you feeling? Week 3. This is a big game for both teams because the Chargers can be 3-0 in this division and kind of running away early. Denver needs this win bad, coming off of, a loss on the road, a very heartbreaking loss, let alone last-second field goal. Like, this is a big game for this Denver Broncos team, Ben. How are you feeling?
I mean, winner comes out of here at the top of the AFC West, and I really think it's Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos. We've seen how this team responds when they lose a heartbreaking game, 4 straight against teams that people didn't think we'd beat, and you just heard it from dude after dude doing press conferences today. They are unfazed by this, and they're gonna bounce back. we did get swept by the Chargers last year, but I think the Broncos got a lot better in the offseason. I think Bo Nix is going to keep taking steps forward. The thing is concerning is I agree Chargers look a lot tougher than the Titans and the Colts. But I still think like this isn't a must-win game for making the playoffs, but for the Broncos to be who I thought they were at the start of the season, this is a must-win game. So I'm riding with them.
Okay, I'm going to go here real quick. We're going to get this done real fast. You guys are traveling from Indy back to Denver, back to LA. Chargers are at home. Pretty much, they just drove up the street to Las Vegas. So they've been on the West Coast preparing, these last few weeks. Look, man, this is going to be a really, really good football game. This has the potential to be the best game of the week. Honestly, like these are two really good battle-tested teams. Defensively, on paper, I think you guys are the better defense. Offensively, I give that to the Chargers. Well coached, both teams defensively and offensively. Look, LA, SoFi, it's going to be lit. They're excited about this team right now. I'm giving the Chargers the win, man.
The battle for the better duck.
And I want you guys to win because I want them to take their first L. Like, I never root for the Broncos at all. But we need you guys to show up.
I'm the inverse. I want the Broncos to lose because if anyone has to win this division, it can't be any of us. It's got to be someone else. But I think, listen, it's week 3. You're going to play them again. You just got to handle your schedule when you're not playing them. I think it's going to be good. It's going to be a close game. I think the Chargers are a little bit more put together. I think they're also better coached. I think they'll win a close one.
Okay. So 2-1 right here. Me and Darcy got the Chargers. Ben has the Broncos. Let's see how these predictions.
Dude, after my first week, I called all of our games, and last week I got them all wrong because I picked us all to win. So,
yeah. Well, hey, you win some, you lose some.
Yep.
This week, you lose another one.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs 0-2. I repeat, 0-2 are heading to New York to face a team that just had the craziest game ever in Dallas. Russell Wilson looked like Seattle Seahawk Russell Wilson until it mattered the most through a nasty, just clear-cut pick. I think that was the easiest interception I think I've ever seen him.
And then he looked like Denver Russell Wilson.
Then he looked like Denver Russell Wilson. He had a career game in passing yards out there. They have a phenomenal offense. Now they're getting that run game going now. That receiving core is nice. Wan'Dale Robinson and then Neighbors is a stud. I think he's leading the league in passing yard or receiving yards right now. New York, you guys got to travel out there. It's a tough place to play, regardless if they're 0-2. And honestly, Darcy, these 2 games, they've lost some close ball games.
Oh, yeah, and they put up a lot of points doing it too.
But their defense looks like shit. And all their fans right now are screaming to get rid of that defensive coordinator. So this could be a great opportunity for that offense to get their shit together, facing a kind of outside of that front seven. That defensive line is nasty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nasty. But how do you think
defensive backs are doo-doo? So it's kind of
so it's kind of give or take there. But how are you calling this one in New York against the 0-2, the battle of the 0-2s?
Mm-hmm. Someone's gonna get their first win. Listen, the Chiefs are favored by 5.5. Mm-hmm. You'd like the offense to get back on track. You might get Jalen Royals back. You might get Xavier Worthy back, but I don't really know what their usage is going to look like. I'm confident the Chiefs can win. I thought they looked better defensively last week, and I think if you're doing that to Philly, you're going to make Russell Wilson pull his hair out or want to stop riding maybe. But I don't know. I think the Chiefs will win. I'm not sure if it's going to be this massacre that some people think it's going to be. I think they'll win. I think they'll, as long as they clean up some of the mistakes that they made, they're going to win the game. They're just a better football team than the Giants. So that's kind of where I'm at, but it's a must win. I'll say that.
Definitely. Ben, what you got?
It's a big day. It's my 40th birthday. And so I'm trying to, I just feel like God's going to bless me with a Broncos win. And I'm trying to decide, it's kind of a lose-lose because if Russ looks good, that sucks.
That's right.
But the Chiefs, so it's also a win-win. So I want Russell Wilson to just destroy the Chiefs and have it be the best birthday ever. So give me Giants by 10, and the Chiefs are officially dead.
Yo,
it's my birthday. You turned 40.
I'll tell you what, you're about to have the worst birthday ever. Your team's gonna lose, and we're gonna win.
Well, guess what? Happy birthday, Ben.
Thanks,
Happy
big dog.
early 40th, my brother. We love
birthday.
you so much.
I will remind you on your birthday that it is your birthday, depending
Well,
on the outcome
Darcy,
of the game.
guess what? He's actually about to get a gift because the Chiefs are going to lose to the Giants in New York.
Really?
Let's go.
Yes, they lose by 3, a close game. That offense has been phenomenal, and they're just getting rolling. And I like the way they're rotating Dart in and out here and there, giving them a few reps and having them run the football. That little duo of Tracy and my guy from Sacramento, I think he had a touchdown or 2. Scatterboo, I believe, against Dallas as well. They're starting to figure it out there, offensively at least. And if that front 4 of the Giants can put a ton of pressure on Mahomes, which I think Mahomes is phenomenal with his legs, and he'll pick apart those DBs. But I just have this nagging suspicion the Giants figure it out at home. And I think that the Chiefs go 0-3, Darcy.
Oh my goodness. What would the panic level be then?
It would definitely get raised.
Let's go. Oh my goodness, dude. I cannot wait for Sunday night. Because Patrick Mahomes, the reason you lost that first game to Philly was Patrick Mahomes getting sacked 6 times on 4-man pressure.
Yeah.
And the Giants have an incredible front.
Incredible.
The Eagles did too, and I thought they actually did all right.
Yeah.
The line did. So
before we get into this last game, salute to Robert. I'm pissed losing to the Chargers. Went to the gym, saw a Charger fan, wanted to slam him like Hulk did Loki in Avengers. Salute to my guy, the resident meathead.
Robert, you should have. Look at those arms, bro.
Oh, no, Robert is a meathead for real. We call him the resident meathead for a reason.
That's awesome.
Salute to Ray guy. He said, stop that nonsense, Graphk. It's still F. Oh, no, it is F everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't want nobody to get hurt.
Yeah.
I think it's because I'm a father. I'm old now. I'm married. I don't want anybody to get hurt. It's just football, y'all, at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Salute to Ray guy, my dog, man. Salute to Heat Check. Where's the Chargers guy? Still non-existent. We got to find one.
Yeah.
Got to find one.
We're not looking hard.
Yeah, we have to find. It's hard to find Charger fans, so it's going to be very difficult to find Charger guys to lock in with us every week. So, but we're looking. I promise you guys, it would be fun to have a Charger guy come on here and talk some shit a little bit with us.
I'll tell you what, we need to find one so the Chargers kind of come back to earth a little bit.
I know, right? I think if we get one, they'll start losing some shit. You know what? I'm gonna make it I'm making it my life to find one now. I think Darcy may be on to something. Salute to 2-4. Has Ben going to live stream his game? Darcy for life. Clown for Darcy for life. Are you doing it live?
I think I am gonna go live. Yeah. Yep.
There you go. I'm definitely gonna tap in with you as well. So let's get to this last game, you guys. My Raiders traveling out east. The Commanders, a team coming off an NFC Championship appearance last year. They were phenomenal. You know, they kind of came back down to earth this year. I don't want to say sophomore slump, you know what I mean? But they looked really bad last week against that great Green Bay team. Green Bay might be the NFC champion. They are phenomenal offensively and defensively. They are just nasty. But this is a team that may be without Jaden Daniels. He had an MRI right after that Green Bay game. It was a knee sprain, I believe. He's questionable. He did not practice today. And the coach said, Dan Quinn did state that if he doesn't practice by Friday, that it's looking like Marcus Mariota time, former Raider, another guy that can use his legs. Chip Kelly guy, Oregon, the connection there is funny. So Chip may be facing his former quarterback at Oregon, but I have a nagging suspicion here, you guys, that he's going to pull that Kevin Nash meme where he throws the cast off and walks onto the field, Jaden Daniels, or it's going to be, bless you, or it's going to be like one of them situations where it's like they're just trying to pump our heads up to be ready for Marcus Mariota. And then Jaden finished the game on that knee sprain, against Green Bay. So I have this feeling that he's going to be playing. But let's just say Jaden Daniels isn't playing. How do you guys feel about this Raider team going into DC on the road to face them?
Dude, I feel like even if he is playing, I think the Raiders are going to win. Because he did not look – I watched that entire Packers game, and I watched it through
Denver's winning.
Well, but I watch it through the eyes of I want Bo to be better than Jaden. And I was not impressed. And then I went through and watched highlights of him against the Giants, who we just saw the Giants defense is horrible. And they still held them to 21 points in that game. So I think your defense has surprised me. And I don't think Geno looks like that 2 weeks in a row. You showed you can go east and win. And maybe it's just like when you guys start getting hype, you feel it. But yeah, you're going to see what you're made of. I think for sure you win if it's Marcus Mariota. And if it's a dinged up Jaden, you win too.
they're gonna have a tough time trying to run the football too. Eckler's out for the season.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So they're gonna rely heavily on Bill to go out there and run the football, a rookie, in week 3. So we'll see what that looks like. Darcy, how you feeling, brother?
I got Commanders. I think it's going to be a 1-2 week for all of us. I think genuinely by the next time that we do this show, we'll all be 1-2.
I hate you for that. And an accelerator, this is crazy. This is hopium that I thought that Ben had.
Yeah, is that my burner account?
I think you're typing away behind the scenes here.
Yeah.
Raiders 92, Commanders 6. Geno will throw 4 TDs on his first 4 passes. Max will have 10 sacks, 3 interceptions, 15 assists, and 4 fumbles. You know what's funny, you guys?
If Max gets 10 sacks, it's not on the football field, guys. I'm just gonna say that.
Hey, that's Christian Wilkins. Okay?
Are you referring to the video where he was humping the ground, Loki?
Oh, no, I wasn't even. I mean, that include that in there, but no, I was just like,
dude, if he can do that, like, what did Christian Wilkins have to do to get sent off this team?
Oh,
like, there's some crazy stuff happening.
Yeah, he was doing some other stuff.
Yeah,
so.
Like the cookie, but with dude.
Right here, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you call them? They try to call them insiders,
analysts.
Yeah, 4 has the Raiders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 has the Commanders. Gordon has the Raiders winning 38-9. I don't know what he's seen in week 2, Monday Night Football against the Chargers, where we put up 9 points, but he has to score 38 points.
On
the road, Geno coming off of 3 picks and a nasty offensive performance. He has a scoring 30.
Max Crosby might have to have 10 sacks, 3 interceptions, 15 assists, and 4 fumbles.
Hey, I think that this may be Gordon with accelerators. This might be Gordon's burner account here.
What's an assist in football? Is that the
like
okay? Or like assist on tackles? I thought he was like talking about NBA assists, like,
which is kind of funny that he might have tackles, but he's got 15 assist tackles.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, also,
combination tackles.
If you're getting doubled and tripled and you open up a lane for one of your guys and they get to the quarterback, you know what I mean? So, but accelerator, you are on dope and I love it, bro.
Absolutely.
I'm here for it, man. Anything else, you guys, before we head out of here?
We're all going to be 1-2.
Also, I did like an hour ago record a preview with NFL Mike, and so come check it out sometime. Yeah, it was fun. He's over the moon. So you're gonna hate the Chargers way more after you watch it. Just trust me.
Did he need push-ups?
No, but he told me and he said it on air that he's been doing push-ups every day so that if he ever comes back, he'll be ready. He was being dead serious.
Salute to our guy, NFL Mike. Anything on the way out, Dars?
Listen to me on Sports Radio 810 from 9 to 10. I'll repost it on Twitter.
Yeah, man, throw it out there. I'll definitely watch it. I'll try to roll out.
Share that as well, man. Salute to the chat. As always, we appreciate you guys for pulling up. We will be live next week again to cover everything week 3 on the way out. Salute to Ray Glide, Darcy, the Raider hater. Raiders! Salute to my guy. And this is the only way to end it right here. Alex says the Lesbo Dracula, NFL.
That's him.
I love it. And I know Mike, I guarantee you Mike is in the comment section right now. He's just not saying anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I promise you. But other than that, man, appreciate you guys so much for pulling up. Salute to everybody watching on Darcy's channel, my channel, and everybody's going to check this out on the after, cut up version to make us look bad on Ben's channel. So salute to everybody. We'll see you guys soon. We are out.
What's a Lesbo Dracula?